Welcome to Chilling Chatter, where we dive deep into the most eerie, unsettling stories. If you're a fan of the unknown, you're in the right place. Let me tell you about one of the creepiest experiences I've ever heard about, straight from my own family. It was the summer I turned 21, just before my senior year of college. My parents, after 17 years, finally made a trip back to South America to visit family. My brother and I stayed behind, thinking it was going to be like any other summer. But what I didn't know was that my parents were about to experience something that would stay with us for years. They traveled with my mom's cousin and her brother to visit my grandparents' graves in a remote rural cemetery. The place was long neglected, overgrown with weeds, exposed to the blistering sun. They arrived early, knowing they had to work quickly. There was only one cloud in the sky, and oddly, it seemed to follow them as they walked through the cemetery. My mom's cousin, a big guy who worked with his hands, took a machete to clear the brush around the graves. But then, something strange happened. The machete flew out of his hands. Not just dropped, but flung, stabbing straight into the ground, as if someone had pushed it there. He tried again, but same thing. The machete flew in the opposite direction, landing back in the earth in the same bizarre way. My dad, who had been watching the whole time, stepped in and tried it for himself. But same thing. The machete just slipped from his grip and lodged itself in the ground. At this point, my dad, always the practical one, muttered, "I think they want their son to do it," referring to my uncle. So my uncle took the machete and poof, everything went back to normal. He cleared the brush like it was nothing. Once the graves were cleared, that one strange cloud overhead just disappeared, almost like it had been waiting for them to finish. The whole experience felt off, but they didn't think much of it at the time. Then, hours later, I got a call from them. It was around 11 a.m. on the East Coast, and as they told me about the bizarre happenings at the cemetery, I couldn't shake this strange feeling. I had just woken up from a vivid dream. Yes, a dream. One of those dreams that feels almost too real, like it's connected to something bigger. I was in a cemetery, surrounded by blurred faces, and the setting felt familiar. Too familiar. Could this be linked to what happened that day? I didn't mention the dream to them, but deep down, I knew. Something supernatural had happened that day. My parents still laugh it off, claiming they don't believe in ghosts anymore, but I can't help but think maybe they know more than they're letting on. If you enjoyed that story, don't forget to hit subscribe to Chilling Chatter for more spine-tingling, creepy tales like this one. Stay tuned, and remember, always keep your lights on.